ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे. Okay, teachings of Queen Kunti, chapter 22 continued. Therefore, what was a fact 5000 years ago during the time of Pandavas is still a fact now. What is that? With Krishna in the center, everything becomes beautiful, and Krishna can become the center at any time. So, this basically means that whenever we give Krishna place in the center, he will come in the center, right? So he can become the center at any time. Just that we have to make up our mind to bring Krishna in the center of our life. Normally we prefer Krishna to be somewhere in our life but not in the center. We want him, but we don't want him completely in the center, because then we will completely lose our freedom, which we don't want to. We don't want to lose our freedom, right? So that's why Prabhupada is saying he can become the center at any time if we choose to. If we choose to make him the center of our life, he can become the center at any time. Krishna is always present, and we simply have to invite him. My Lord, please come and be in the center. That's all. It's so simple. See, Prabhupada words make it look like so simple. Why are we struggling? Why are we not able to bring Krishna in the center? See, if we bring Krishna in the center means there is nothing else, nothing else which is the focus of our life, right? Or nothing else which is important in our life. It's just Krishna, Krishna consciousness, Krishna service, um, Guru, who is a representative of Krishna, serving senior Vaishnavas. That's all. Serving Srila Prabhupada's mission. There's nothing else. As in, yeah, we do our work, but just as much as required. But the whole focus is on how do I engage in Krishna service. If Krishna is the center, right? Because yeah, money is required. For example, in a temple, just think about a temple. Temple also requires funds to run, right? But the focus of the temple is actually service of the Lord. And Krishna sends money. We know if we are running a center, a practical experience. Krishna just inspires some devotees and money comes. Right? So like that in our life also, yeah, we have to work. We'll work as much as is required only. And whatever is required for us, Krishna will send. We don't have to work for a promotion. We don't have to work for something else, etc., etc. Just but we have to take up Krishna's work, right? Like, for example, distributing books, preaching, right? If we take up these services, Krishna will automatically take care of our life. We don't have to worry at all. And it's an assurance. Krishna is assured. Name Bhakta Pranashati Yogakshemam Vahamyam. So Krishna will take care of it. So we have to make Krishna the center. And yeah, for just maintenance of our house, whatever is required, we'll do. We'll go work. But not like that is our whole and soul existence, right? So Prabhupada is saying that's all. Simply invite him. Invite him, saying that please come and be in the center. That's all. Give the same example I have given before. 0 has no value, but if you bring the number 1 and place it by the side of 0, 0 becomes 10. So one need not stop whatever one is doing. We never say stop everything material. One simply has to add Krishna. Of course, we have to give up anything which is against Krishna consciousness. It is not that because we do not stop material duties, we should not stop meat eating. So Prabhupada is saying you can go on doing your material things as long as it is not against Krishna consciousness. This is the Anukulyasya Sankalpa Pratikulyasya Varjanam, right? So we have to give up anything which is not favorable to Krishna consciousness. Other material duties we can continue. When? Till when? Till Vanaprastha. Till Grihastha is over. We must stop it, for this is contrary to advancement in Krishna consciousness. One cannot commit sinful activities and at the same time advance in Krishna consciousness. But Krishna says, Aham tvam sarvapapebhyo mokshayishyami. Surrender unto me, and I shall rescue you by giving you liberation from all kinds of sinful reactions. Now, see, this is the statement we've heard multiple times, right? Now, Krishna is giving an assurance. I shall rescue you by giving you liberation from all kinds of sinful reactions. Now, but we still take so much time to surrender. Full surrender means just not, first of all, not being attached to this body, not being attached to anything material, and depending on Krishna for everything, and taking up his service. That's all. Prabhupada says that's all. And Krishna is saying, if you do this, I will take care. I will take care of all sinful reactions. That means a devotee who surrendered to Krishna doesn't suffer because of his karmic reactions. He suffers because of some other plan that Krishna has for the devotee, which is mainly to bring the devotee closer to him. Devotees who have surrendered to Krishna, they suffer not because of their karmic reactions. They suffer, it's like suffering. The idea is to take people closer to Krishna. So Krishna does that. That's all. But actually, he's taken away all the reactions. Every one of us, life after life, is knowingly or unknowingly committing sinful activities. I may knowingly kill an animal, and that is certainly sinful. But even if I do it unknowingly, it is also sinful. While walking on the street, we unknowingly kill so many ants. And in the course of our other ordinary dealings, while cooking, while taking water, while using a mortar and pestle to crush spices, we kill so many living beings. So that is why there is this Panchasuna, 5 aspects where we commit sin every day. So we have to actually do prayashchitta as grihasthas every day, but we don't do. So this is sinful. Unless we remain Krishna conscious, we are liable to be punished for all these unknowingly committed sinful acts. So Prabhupada is making it very clear. Even if you are doing all this unknowingly, it is a sinful act. And so you have to suffer. You will be punished. But Shastra also allows people to do prayashchitta so that they can get rid of the suffering. And we should understand, for us in Krishna consciousness, we don't have to do any other prayashchitta. Hare Krishna Mahamantra takes care of everything. But till we came into Krishna consciousness, till we started chanting, basically everything that we are doing, simple things like cooking, taking water, crushing spices, etc. We kill so many living beings, so we were committing sins. If a child unknowingly touches fire, does it mean that the fire will excuse the child and not burn? No. Nature's law is so strict, so stringent, that there's no question of an excuse. Even in ordinary law, ignorance is no excuse. If you go to court and say, I did not know that this action was criminal, this plea does not mean that we shall be excused. Similarly, ignorance is no excuse for transgressing nature's laws. We cannot say, I didn't know. Nobody will listen to us. Therefore, if we actually want to be free from the reactions of sinful life, we must be Krishna conscious. For then Krishna will free us from sinful reactions. It is therefore recommended Kirtaniya Sadaharihi. One should always chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So that Krishna will save us. This is for neophytes. Prabhupada is saying Krishna will save us because we are worried. What will happen? Not worry, Krishna will save us. We should always keep Krishna within our minds, for Krishna is like the sun. See, when we hear things like this, we should always keep Krishna. Yes, this is the ultimate goal. Doesn't mean that if we don't do it, Krishna will disown us or, put us away. No. This is where we have to get. Always think about Krishna. And always think about Krishna doesn't necessarily mean directly thinking about Krishna. Thinking about Krishna's service is also thinking about Krishna, because Like today, I just shared a message. Prabhupada said, thinking about Krishna's qualities, being attracted by Krishna's qualities means being attracted by Krishna, right? So engaging in Krishna's work means keeping Krishna always in mind. It's not that Krishna, as in Krishna, only should be in our mind. When we are thinking about Krishna's service, Krishna's acts of devotional service, then also we are keeping Krishna in our minds. Hmm. This is the motto of our Back to Godhead magazine. Krishna Surya Sama Maya Hai Andhakar. Yahan Krishna Tahan Nahi Mayara Adhikar. Krishna is just like the brilliant sun, and Maya ignorance is just like darkness. When the sun is present, there cannot be darkness. So if we keep ourselves in Krishna consciousness always, we cannot be influenced by the darkness of ignorance. Rather, we shall always walk very freely in the bright sunshine of Krishna. See, so beautifully worded. Hmm. Walk very freely. Just imagine, we are walking very freely in the bright sunshine of Krishna. So no ignorance. But our problem is we actually keep, yeah, we are actually walking in the bright sunshine. Suddenly we find some shade, we run under it, which is actually Maya, right? So we don't want to remain in the sunshine. That's our problem. So this is the constant effort, keep chanting Hare Krishna. We do mistakes every day, keep repenting for it, beg for mercy so that we don't repeat these. This has to keep happening. This has to continuously keep happening so that, at one stage in our life, we will never come under ignorance. We'll never come under Maya's influence. We'll always be in the bright sunshine of Krishna. So beautiful, just visualize this, bright sunshine of Krishna. And we are walking very freely, free from all this Maya, free from bodily attachment. Kunti Devi therefore prays that Krishna continue to be present with her and the Pandavas. So we should also pray that Maya doesn't attack us, that we always remain with Krishna. Maya is very, very powerful. Any little opportunity, she'll strike. Because her job, that's her seva to Krishna, to make sure that, immature or uncooked, uh, basically, if we are immature, she doesn't let us move forward, right? Of course, but Krishna is there with devotees helping them to overcome Maya, who is his own energy. But because we want to associate with Maya, we are falling, but we also have a desire to get free from her. So Krishna will help us. But if we want to just fall into Maya, then that's all, right? Krishna will say, okay, whatever you want. In fact, however, Krishna was not leaving the Pandavas, just as he never left Vrindavan. In the Shastra, the Vedic literature, it is said, Vrindavanam parityajya padam ekam na gacchati. Krishna never goes even one step from Vrindavan. He is so much attached to Vrindavan. How is it then that we see that Krishna left Vrindavan and went to Mathura and then far away to Hastinapur and did not return for many years? Actually, Krishna did not leave, for all the inhabitants of Vrindavan after Krishna left were always thinking of him and crying. The only engagement of Mother Yashoda, Nanda Maharaj, Radharani, and all the gopis, cows, calves, and cowherd boys was to think of Krishna and cry. And in this way, they felt Krishna to be present because Krishna's presence can be felt more strongly in separation from him. That is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's teaching to love Krishna in separation. Shunyaitam Jagat Sarvam Govinda Virahena Me. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu thought everything is vacant without Govinda, without Krishna. Everything was vacant. But Krishna consciousness was there. So this is our goal, to love Krishna in separation, to feel like everything is vacant without Krishna, to want to meet Krishna and cry for it. This is our goal. So we are in a crying moment. Actually, at the highest platform, we cry. Mm. Now we are crying for material things, but we have to cry for Krishna. Okay. Anyway, this is a very high topic. When we see everything as nothing but have only Krishna consciousness, we shall have attained the highest perfection. Therefore, the gopis are so exalted. Hmm. Because they see everything as nothing. Even their own families, their so-called husbands, etc., etc. Having attained this perfection, they could not forget Krishna even for a single moment. When Krishna went to the forest with cows and calves, the minds of the gopis at home were disturbed. Oh, Krishna is walking barefoot, they thought. There are so many stones and nails on the path, and they must be pricking Krishna's lotus feet, which are so soft that we think our breasts hard when Krishna puts his lotus feet upon them. So they're feeling that Krishna's lotus feet is so soft that even when Krishna puts his lotus feet on their breast, they're thinking that his lotus feet is being hurt. This is their feeling. Actually, it is said Krishna's body was like butter. So they're thinking, oh, then if he keeps his legs on stones and nails, what will happen? It is so soft. So this is no exaggeration. This is how they're feeling about Krishna. This is how they're feeling about Krishna. Mm. Oh, Krishna is walking barefoot. Thus they would cry, absorbed in these thoughts. Simple thing, Krishna is walking barefoot. They can't tolerate this. They just can't tolerate this. And they're crying. And the gopis were so anxious to see Krishna back home in the evening that they would stand on the path looking to see Krishna returning with his calves and cows. This is Krishna consciousness. I mean, just imagine, we can't even we can't even imagine Gopi's position, isn't it? Hmm. They might not have eaten food. They might not have, like when Krishna, and it's time to, when Krishna comes on the way back home, he returns. They're all so anxious. They don't even know how they're dressed. They don't even know if they've combed their hair. They just can't, they can't just, they've lost all consciousness of anything apart from Krishna. Right? I mean, it's such a exalted state that it's like, you can feel like uh, no qualification to talk about it. But we should understand every moment, there's so much love for Krishna that every moment they're simply just thinking about him and nothing else. And see, we should understand there are two types of gopis generally, right? There are the Nitya Siddha gopis. Nitya Siddha gopis means they're eternally with Krishna, meaning there's no question of they are not become perfect by any sadhana. They're Nitya Siddha. Eternally they are perfect jivas. Then there is Sadhana Siddha. And Sadhana Siddha are people like us who do sadhana and then achieve perfection. Right? So who can reach that position? Uh, those who actually, when they hear, it's all by Shravanam. When we hear things like this, the feelings that gopis have towards Krishna. And if suppose say we feel saying that, wow, I mean, this is such amazing. I would actually want to do bhakti to Krishna like this, forgetting myself, forgetting my own needs, just doing everything for his pleasure, right? And how did so many people in the past have achieved this perfection? And how did they achieve perfection? They simply heard about Krishna and got seriously attracted by him, right? And his service. So much so that at one point of time they just forget external consciousness. They just can't think about anything else but Krishna. And Krishna is like that. Krishna is that all attractive person. Anything and everything about Krishna is attractive. It's just that we don't want to absorb ourselves in Krishna. Simply like, that is why, the mercy of, being able to preach is that actually we get to meditate on many of these things, which normally otherwise devotees don't do, because either they're not reading. If they read, then it's the same thing, right? Like, for example, now we are reading. Right now, we read something like this, and we should feel like, oh, I mean, what will we feel? What did we feel when we saw this? For example, from our own bhakti perspective of our practice of bhakti, when we read this paragraph, what did we all feel? Can some devotee share what they felt? What did you feel by when you just read this? What is the first reaction that came to your mind?
Prabhuji, this is the highest level of bhakti. That's
This is the
what came to
highest
my
level
mind.
of bhakti. Okay, very nice. Okay, what else?
Hare Krishna. What
Yeah.
what we are doing?
What we are doing, and we should feel, oh my God, I mean, where am I? Where am I? And where are these gopis? And then what should happen? That desire should come. That hankering should come. No, I also want to get here. I also want to do this. I also want to do bhakti like this. And just imagine the gopis are attracted to Krishna not because of anything else, just because it's Krishna. Just because it's Krishna. Right? Madhuradipate Rakilam Madhuram. It's just him. They have no idea Krishna is Supreme Lord, this, that. So which means we can imagine saying that when jivas can get to this state, right, that means obviously it is possible. Right? Sadhana Siddha are jivas who did sadhana and achieve perfection. But just imagine how much absorption is required for one to be able to get here. Hmm? And we have to hanker for this. We should not think about practicality. See, this is one disease we have got. Right? One major disease that this modern civilization has put in our head is practicality for everything. We think that we only have to find a solution for everything. So when we think, oh, gopis, then we will think about, oh, how is this possible? How can. Arey Baba, why are we worried about it? There are acharyas, there's guru. They are going to take us there, right? Why we have to worry about how is it possible? It's not a material thing. We have to forget about this possibility and lack of possibility and just hanker for it, saying that no, no, I want to have this kind of absorption. Simply like description of the beautiful form of Krishna. It's so beautiful absorption, simply simple, right? Simple. Uh, Color of Krishna's form, right? Just meditating, and then that beautiful Atasi color blue Krishna is wearing a yellow dhoti. Just imagine this, right? And then he has a beautiful face, a more sweeter face than the form. And that beautiful face has curly hair, black curly hair, jet black curly hair. And that hair is, falling down his ears. And then he's wearing a beautiful tilak of musk. And then his even more sweeter smile is decorated by his lips, which are bimba fruit red in color. And he wears generally, he wears a white pagadi. Pagadi is like what they wear on the head, right? Headdress. No, just this beautiful form of Krishna, as I am describing for me, I'm just trying to explain, right? So as I'm describing this, now I have a form in front of me of Krishna who is smiling, whose face is so beautifully decorated by his, boyfriends with all, minerals from the forest. And Yashoda Mata has put a lot of ornaments on his body. And he has long arms and beautifully built body. as soft as butter. Just this description, if we just can, remember this or meditate on this form, it's so beautiful that really we will not want to think of any other so-called beauty of this world. But the problem is we want to just come out of this, right? And we have so many other things to bother about. That is the reason, please plan to close Grihastha ashram. Don't go on with this nonsense material life forever. We should not. It's not going to help us achieve perfection. We're simply going to waste another life. And many devotees ask, saying that, oh, no, but how can we do, like they say with reference to few devotees who have been able to get out of their material responsibility. Oh, you're all fortunate souls. They're like, yeah, fortunate, but you also have to try to understand how Krishna made all this happen. It was Krishna who made it happen. I didn't make it happen. Or those devotees who are trying to do full-time service to Krishna, it's not that they made it happen. Krishna made it happen. But what is the trigger? The trigger is the desire. Is the desire saying that no, I don't want to get involved in this, you know, daily business of nonsense, some software, some this, that, worthless, some worthless work. Right? And we have to be patient also. We have to wait. Okay, Krishna, I don't want this, I'm waiting for your mercy. How will I be able to get out? How fast can I get out of this responsibility loop? No. And we should hanker. We should hanker for it. And Krishna will give mercy. Don't doubt that. Please don't doubt that. We should not doubt that. If you have any doubt, just take it out of your head. Simple thing. Okay, so I'll stop here if anybody has any questions.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, so you always say about planning to means go into one trust and leave. So
No, small correction. Small correction. Not planning. Wanting. This we
okay.
have to change in our head. We
Hmm.
cannot plan these things. We have to want to go out of Grasta. Right? Now, what the path is will going to be different for each person. And that is Krishna's mercy. Krishna will do that magic in our life. Let's not think that we are the doers. We can desire. We should desire. That's all. Yeah, go ahead.
So Prabhuji, it seems too far off. Like means right now I'm at that stage, and one trust is at a very later
What is
stage.
every? How old is your daughter?
5 years,
How old are you?
35.
हो गया ना 15 साल ही है 15 to 18 years
15
20
years
years
seems
max.
too far actually.
हाँ तो करो ना, like we start doing, as in I'm saying, see today from where we are, if we start doing then start desiring. See we should understand this hankering has to increase, Baba. This is what we just read. No, what did we read? We said that that feeling saying that, oh, I'm not able to do, I'm not able to do, I want to do more, I want to do more. This has to go on increasing. And see, Krishna is not okay. I'm going to stop this recording just because I don't want to do a broadcast of. I'm just stopping the recording. Hare Krishna.